Well, Rick Ramsey says, bowl away. She's already had an open in the third frame of this match.
Well, she got it in it regardless. Great mental effort there, John.
So 3 strikes and a spare in the 7th. Wendy sits down. We'll be back with the conclusion of match number 1 when our coverage of the Three Rivers Open returns after that. Lisa-Wagner up now in the 7th, working on a spare. Leads by 3. She told us yesterday, and one of the things she likes to do in every match is concentrate on a single phrase, a single thing that reminds herself to focus on something. And this time around, it was keeping my feet under me.
Well, John, what she really meant by that. Whoa, nice break. Lisa's fiance, Brian Biller. Matter of fact, he proposed to her when she won the WWC Queens Tournament on the air. You can see the 3-pin leads for Lisa. She can make it 13 with a strike here in the 8th. Going back to that thought, John, she's trying to stop from walking left. She needs to walk straight in order to keep the ball on this line right here. That head pin up against the wall came back, almost tripped out all 3 of those pins.
And that shot gave her the lead once again, now in the 8th frame.
She's been having trouble walking left. When you play an extreme outside line, you've got to keep your feet dead and straight of you. Dead straight in front of you. And this is what she's trying to do. A little quick with her timing there. Meaning her feet got way ahead of her arm swing.
She earned the title Bowler of the 80s decade. That title appears on the outside of her mobile home.
Here she's going to hit the line, really have to pull the ball through. It doesn't make it, basically falls off her hand, straight to the right. Never has a chance.
I was saying that bowler of the decade, the youngster walked past the outside of her mobile home, said, the bowler of the decade. She may be decaying, but she's not done yet. As she picks up the spare in the 8th. Brought a little laugh to her.
Still a 3-pin match here, John. Very close.
Wendy had a great fall last year and is expecting to do so again this year. Her best finish, 2 wins, most recently in Little Rock, also in McAllen, Texas. There drops to a 6-pin deficit.
Wendy, as I mentioned earlier in this game, playing the lanes very differently than Lisa. She's playing inside. You'll see the other players coming on. Kim Adler, Kim Kennedy, Anne-Marie Dugan. They're all going to be playing farther inside.
So Papanos trailing by 6 as we enter the foundation frame. Unfortunate open for Wendy in the 3rd. Lisa's trying to stay loose. Lisa's been having some trouble with her feet lately. She says they just don't feel right. And she's found it. Right in time.
Well, John, footwork and timing for women especially play a very important role in our games. Watch the pin action here. Once again, a light hit, head pin up against the wall. Ball deflects, barely takes out the 5. Head pin hits the 4. 4 completely takes out the 5, and the head pin took out the 7. Nice light hit.
Whatever works.
Women rely on their lower body for stability and their timing.
Well, she leaves the bucket.
And that's a big count error here for Lisa, as she is going to be giving away a minimum of 3 pins. Had she just left 9 on that shot, she was working on a spare. She would have kept that pin count up. Now she's only leading by 2 with a spare. And Wendy, with the strike in the 9th, can strike out and close her out.
Had a chance to put it away. And she bowls him over in the 9th frame. 2-pin lead. 10th frame coming up. Wagner 3 times Player of the Year, 4 times Bowler of the Year. And it should be noted that her victory at Queens this year began in the first match. She climbed the ladder there to win that title.
Big 10th frame. A double here will force Wendy to double. Oh, good shot. Shakes her head a little bit. Not quite getting the drive in the back end. Forced that 6-pin to take out the 10. 6-pin just sat in the channel. 10-pin jump, though. Wendy knows it's within her grasp right now, John, and she mentioned that she has learned how to win again. She did that at the Omaha Lancers Open in Nebraska. In May of last year, she said, I finally learned how to win again. And it was just that feeling of winning, that feeling of going out, getting it, and taking it. And for so long, she had lost it.
Very focused with great results.
Well, that strike right there, because of pin count, still forces Wendy Papanos to strike on the first shot, John.
203 Wagner's final score. Papanos working on a strike in the 9th. Needs a strike in 6.
It appears she knows how to win again.
Papanos not to be outdone. Open in the 3rd. Rallies to put 3 in a row in the middle of her game. Gets 2 more here in the 9th and 10th. Just needs 6 pins. Should be a fait accompli. Going to add to her points and ranking. Certainly well on her way to Bowler of the Year honors.
John, if you recall, when I interviewed her right before she started this match, the reason she chose to finish it, she said she had a little bit of a better shot on the right lane. She likes to put that pressure on herself. Obviously, she performs under that pressure. She draws from it. She proved it was the right decision to make.
So we'd expect her to make the same decision in the next.
Well, actually, the number 3 qualifier coming on now.
That's the choice. That's right. So 4 in a row. Lisa-Wagner in 5th place takes home $2,600. A very valiant attempt. The next match coming up is going to be Wendy Macpherson-Papanos advancing to meet